Welcome back to the Gfinity Champion of Champions here at EGX 2015. My name is Lycan, Richard Lewis, Thorin on the desk. Guys, that game, I mean, Envyus took a pretty hefty lead, and then they gave it away.
Yeah, so I was like all geared up to be like, okay, that's gonna exactly the way I said it would. You know, ridiculous T side from Envyus, Apex in God mode again. Like he's just entry fragging left, right, and center, ridiculous amount of kills, and then I think it was what 13-2 at half time.
Something like that.
Yeah, and then you go into the second half and you're like, right, okay, just close this one out, make it easy on yourself. But we also did say, Virtus.Pro, no slouches when it comes to the terrorist sides themselves, and they were really pushing Envyus all the way. In the end, Envyus limp across the finish line of what's meant to be a comprehensive and definitive map for them. So very unconvincing, it's got to be said overall. I will say it would have been an absolute travesty if Apex had finished on the losing side after that first half performance, because it is a CT-sided map. So, yeah, bit of a... I don't know, big concerning if you're an Envyus fan right now, but Virtus.Pro, you know, they know that they can get those T rounds rolling, and they're going to be pretty confident going into this because Virtus.Pro has the better record on this map.
It actually reminded me of what we saw in the DreamHack London final, where TSM and Envyus, both really good T-side teams on Inferno, that's what they're really going head-to-head with. And so even when one got a really good start, you had to wait to see what the other had to deliver on his T-side before you knew who actually got the better half. Obviously, that time, it shouldn't have been possible for Virtus.Pro to be even in that game. Not only 13 T rounds, but as you said, at one point, I think it was only like a few rounds in, he was, what's his name? Apex was on something like 18 kills, was like 10 rounds. It was absolutely bonkers. And I remember there was a round where it was like a 2v2, and Snacks even came up, and he was literally just like aiming right on him, and Apex just killed everyone in like a matter of seconds. So, yeah, when you consider how badly he played in the final at DreamHack London, where he had the really bad stats, but kind of wasn't noticed because of how great Kenny S was.
Yeah, it was negated by Kenny.
This really made up for that, and he really carried them, because you think to yourself, if he even plays slightly less well here, VP actually probably just win the game outright, because it's not like it was just Envyus like chilling, unable to close. It's the fact that they switched sides as well. And on the CT side, they weren't so good. They gave up rounds as well to TSM when they were on CT side at DreamHack London. VP obviously was very good on their T side. I mean, I think this just shows that in this series, that's why I thought the train first map was so dangerous, because I don't think there are freebie maps for Envyus in that sense. Like, I don't think there's any that they can go, yeah, we're definitely going to thrash VP on that. That's what I mean. All these ones now have got some element of danger.
Yeah, I was going to say, if there was one map, it was that one.
Should have been,
and it looked to be going to the script. But worrying times. Envyus are going to have to really step up a level collectively here to beat Virtus.Pro on this map, which historically has been very kind to them.
Right. What this handily is they took the T side and then getting onto the CT side, and that's where, as you guys mentioned, it's a CT favored map. That's where they started to really give things away. Do you think that that's kind of like a mental thing that we might unfortunately see coming into Mirage?
Well, I don't think so much about the mentality. All the pro teams, they're very good at resetting. In fact, actually, it's probably Virtus.Pro that's more likely to have a meltdown, as evidenced by the 16-0 on Cash in Valencia. They're quite historically famous for, you know, having a bit of bickering and a bit of friction. That's one of the things about their team. And people say it all the time. The only team that beats Virtus.Pro is Virtus.Pro. But in this instance, there's none of that there. There doesn't seem to be any of that there in all of their most recent performances. They're just a gutsy team. Now, both of these teams have similar strengths in that, even though most maps have this sort of inherent CT bias, or they're about evens, they're about balanced, there aren't any maps that are just runaway T-sided. I think having a strong T side is worth its weight in gold. Both of these teams have that, as evidenced by the last map. So on Mirage, it's going to come down again to little moments, fractions. Who's going to make a mistake? Who's going to land their shots? Who's going to deploy the smokes perfectly for the executes? This is going to be a really, really close map. And I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if maybe Thorin's onto something based on what I saw in Inferno. I'm still going to back my team, but I think this is going to be an absolute slog on Mirage here.
I actually think these next two maps are going to be more in line with what we saw in Inferno. No one will win them one-sided, but the thing is, in theory, every map in general is supposed to be CT-sided in CSGO at the moment. But actually, when you see these teams like Envyus, like VP, they're so good on the T side that they can flip that and they can win T-halves. Now, when it comes to Mirage itself, I know VP can win both halves of this game. They're really good on both. They can have the crazy CT that just bullies you completely. I mean, we saw that when they obviously were playing against Fnatic. We've seen them do that to crazy effect. We've also seen them win T-sides. I think the real question mark's Envyus on this map. Like, I get the feeling they can be good on it, but it's the fact that even going back into the past Envyus lineup, they never really liked this map. This never really was one they adapted to and liked that much, which is weird because I think it displays a lot of tendencies actually with Inferno, which obviously was one of their home maps. I think this one and Cash are going to just be kind of like Inferno. It's going to be T-side clinics. Whoever has the better T-side, that is who will win this game.
Yeah, and just want to take a moment as well to appreciate the individual performance of Snacks there. That was an almost comeback that was really spearheaded by him. Now, just prior to ESL Dubai, he was a player that had been in a real bad run of form, the worst since he joined the team. At the last Gfinity we saw, he was incredibly poor, big question marks about his performance. He went to ESL Dubai and he was on another level, another plane of existence compared to all the players that he was going up against. Was just a dominant force, and he was doing it against, they're all elite level teams, world's best. There was no easy games out there. And he's carried that form into this tournament as well. He's just put on a masterclass on the T side of how to get picks, entry frags, mop-up kills, just doing everything. I think he was a little bit unlucky as well because there was one moment when he was on the CT side of Inferno where it looked like he'd landed an AWP shot, and it didn't quite seem...
missed, yeah.
Yeah, and it looked to me like it might have gone through him. I don't know. Like, I think they were jumping and stuff. But anyway, so perhaps a little bit of bad luck there. And if you think about how the game swung, an extra round here, an extra round there would have made all of the difference. But certainly Snacks is somebody that on Mirage, this is where he's always pulled out big performances for Virtus.Pro. He's so good at using the smoke and using the terrain on this map to just good effect to sort of just waste time and get clutches and do the unthinkable. Just, I'm just going to push through a smoke and kill 2 people. People aren't expecting it. This is a map where Snacks is always performing, so it's going to be really interesting to see whether he continues to do that.
I thought something that was really cool to see is we've discussed the Zeus a few times now, and we really saw it come out in that game, especially in the early game, not just in eco rounds, but we also saw people using the Zeus, I believe Apex as well, just to get quick kills in the early game before anyone had an economy. Yeah,
and look, that as we said, that's becoming part of the meta now. Pros... Like Valve create an arena basically when they do a patch, when they do an update, and they change the costs of guns and weapons, and they change how effective certain weapons are. It's always professional players that perfect that landscape. And clearly the Zeus is going to be a very vogue weapon. It's very desirable. It represents great value for money. I don't think you're going to see it on Mirage quite so much. I don't think the map necessarily lends itself to that. Although there are 1 or 2 spots you might see it deployed. Certainly Inferno's a bit more close range and a bit more closed off, so it plays to the Zeus's strengths, but it's a viable buy for $100. There's just no doubt about it. I mean, what else are you going to get? Like, flashbang or something? A decoy? It's just worth the investment.
It's also the fact that, like, especially if you use it on CT side, on a map like Inferno, you can pick an angle where they can only come at you from one range, which is right around some stairs or something. And then I think also the concept is if you get the kill and you actually have a rifle, on the rare occasions people use it like that, we haven't used any rifle bullets. So it's not like they then just swarm you and you had, like, say, the M4A1, you only have 10 bullets left and they can swap. Well, you still get your whole clip. So I think it hasn't quite fully been decided how people are going to use it. Like, at the moment, I will say it's not like people get kills all the time with it. It's not so overpowered in that sense. Even the best players don't get kills all the time. So I think at the moment, people are still figuring out themselves when it's appropriate to use it and when it's not. And sometimes they don't always make the right choice, I don't think.
Yeah. On a slightly lighter note, how about the name of the Deagle on Happy's?
I did pick up on that. Now, Envyus, they always have funny names on their guns. I was going to let Thorin make an obvious joke there about my girlfriend bought me this. Don't lie to us, Kenny.
You know what?
You're single.
You know what Happy's USPS is called?
Yeah, I know. It's Thorin is Baguette. I've seen that as well. So they do name their guns ridiculous things, but of course...
After his hero?
Yeah, obviously. He called his Deagle of Team Solo Wrecked, I believe it was, which is appropriate given what he did to them in London just recently. Yep. But we haven't seen a replication of that form yet, really. Envyus haven't got going, with the exception of that Apex half.
Yeah. So let's talk about predictions as far as who's going to give up X number of rounds. Who do you think is going to take the game? And then what do you think the split's going to be?
Even to this day, I still think that very, very few teams in the entire world should ever try to mess with Virtus.Pro on this map, Mirage. I think it's almost a map built for them. They're so good on both sides. I think so. Only a couple of teams can go head to head with them. I think it's teams like Na'Vi, they can do it. So I actually think this is going to be a strong Virtus.Pro win. I'm going to go like 16-11, 16-10, I think, because I assume, I mean, Envyus tried to hype it, like, listen, this is a map that we've been working on. I mean, just from the way they say it, like Mirage, like they think that they love this map. I don't. They might like it against other people. They don't want any part of Virtus.Pro on this map. So I'm thinking 16-10 to Virtus.Pro.
Yeah, I mean, traditionally, I would agree with Duncan. You know, Virtus.Pro have been so good on this map down the years. I don't know. I got a good feeling that Envyus are just going to have something up their sleeve here. They know they've got to expand their map pool. That was pretty much all that was missing from them becoming a truly elite level team, a team that could really challenge Fnatic for that #1 spot. I've got to believe that Happy has done that and has put the work in with his team on this particular map. So yeah, I think this is going to be another close attritional slog, but I'm just going to give it to Envyus 16-13.
All right. Let's talk about the map real quick. Let's say you're T-side, right? What is a tactic that you can use to get a really good momentum, you know, to kind of catch your opponent off?
Well, it's all circumstantial. What I will say is that that's key to this map. Certainly, it's something I've mentioned a few times. Is mid control seems to be so vitally important to it, and that's why a strong AWPer is the best way and often to take control of that mid area. You'll find that you'll place or if you're CT, you'll place your AWPer in the window. If you're terrorist, you rely on your AWPer to basically go aggressive and get some picks there, and that'll be a sort of a little mini duel in itself. Now, fast eco executes onto the B side, where you come through the sort of a kitchen area and apartments area. You run past that, and you can drop down into that B area. That can be good for a quick plant to get your money sorted out. So, I mean, there are things that you can do. Obviously, as well, the kind of A-split where you come from Palace and you come from Ramp simultaneously with some good smokes on the site. These are things that all good terrorist sides can execute very well. And, of course, both of these teams can do that. So I expect to see them flawlessly executed during the course of this game. All
right. Well, thank you very much, guys. And we are about to go into game number 3 of Team Virtus.Pro versus Team Envyus. This is going to be third game. It's tied 1-1. Let's see how they do. Take it away, guys.
Thank you very much. It's great to be back for map number 3. It is going to be Mirage. As the guys were saying, it's a very VP like stylish map. Like they love to play on this, but what do you actually consider from Envyus? Like how are they meant to go against them?
We saw them play this a couple of times at DreamHack London, and it's going to be a very similar story to what we saw in Inferno. It's the same sort of mentality going into it. They won't be doing too many like set pieces. We won't see too many walls of smoke from them, but they're very good at getting the mid control, staying together as a unit, pincering the A bomb site from Palace, from lower ramp, and then going in from connector as well. You'll see a lot of that sort of stuff going on. So that's what they'll be relying on, making sure they stay in that fragging pack and having Happy on the rotations as well. That will be something that will be key for them. But VP is on this map, especially on the CT, it's another one like Train where they set up the fortress. It's really difficult to break down what they're doing. They're very mobile, they can be dynamic, they push up middle a lot, they break down terrorist defenses, which is weird because the CT side is supposed to be the defensive side, but actually they bring the game to the Ts a lot of the time. So that's going to be a really interesting factor here. But we do have to say, we favour VP on this one, but I don't count Envyus out of this one at all. I think this is a good matchup for them. I think it's better than Train. After what I saw from them at DreamHack, I think this is actually a decent map for them. So we can see what they can do. We saw them take them Dignitas on this one, and we'll see what they can do on this one. So let's see on the screen right now. Mirage, we have 2 more maps. It's going to be Casual, Cobblestone. Potentially, I really wouldn't be surprised if this one went to map number 5, Toby.
But if it does, well, we might get some wonderful words in our ear about how long we are actually allowed to stay here if we have to come back tomorrow to end this up.
9 o'clock curfew.
Yep, 9 o'clock curfew. We all have to get our boys back into bed nice and early on. But it's, for me, like, I think you're right. Like, let's see how VP play this map out. It's actually kind of what I was hoping. I know we're never going to get it in this competition to have something like Overpass come through for VP, because the way they play Connector is just so beautiful. It's a little bit different with the way Underpass works here on Mirage, but I'd like to see how well that mid control works, be it from the riflers, from the movement up with smokes or flashes, or be it with the AWP battle in mid, which is always a fun spectacle.
Well then, here comes the 9th round. It's getting a bit of a boring thing to say now, but the CT side is obviously going to be favoured here going into this series.
Well, is it? Maybe it's not after what happened on Inferno. You want to come in.
Yeah, that was really interesting to see how both teams are so dangerous. I think that the analyst desk actually touched on that so really well, is the fact that these teams are so individually skilled together, they actually can turn these CT-sided maps into T-sided affairs just through the use of the stronger rifle, the AK-47. But was that VP that won that round?
Yeah, that VP won and they decided to switch. So they'll move to the CT side here and force Envyus into the T side.
So we'll see how the pistol round goes down. On train, we saw Envyus slow things down. They actually didn't get the bomb down. I'd like to see him actually just do the simple play here. Utilize the 5-man Glock setup you can do and get the armor, go in with a 1-player on utility, smoke off 1 key choke point, and just guarantee themselves a bomb plant. That's what I'd like to see from them there. And then they can actually have that post-plant situation and get themselves back into it. But here we go then. We go into map number 3. It's going to be Mirage. Envyus starting on the T side. They have got 4 sets of armor, 1 utility player in the form of MBK. And the CTs now going to have 3 sets of armor themselves. Nothing too aggressive coming out for them just yet. The T's is holding back for that initial CT aggression, but not going to come. Actually, you can see
it
this.
is. It's coming down T-slope. You always have to keep your eyes peeled on Taz. He is the man that likes to just push it out a little bit further, and he's pushed out far enough that he's got enough information that Envyus aren't setting themselves up for an A move, that they do at least have that guy jumping down window now. So it's, I think it's Neo who made that jump. Taz to take a little bit of chip damage on the way out. Yeah,
well, you can see that Neo's going to be pushing through Palace as well towards the A side. So there's the first frag. He takes down Happy. That's the lurking player there. So
here they come, though. Bialy, silent yet deadly. The nade flies out to start with. They won't see it. They're too busy with Pasha. And Bialy's able to claim 2 before he'll drop. They still will allow Envyus 2 players on that B side as well as the bomb with them. But Virtus.Pro are coming in not too quickly. They're being very, very patient, not giving up too much. Neo moving in now through apartments, which is where Envyus just vacated. And Taz, 7 life only, but Neo's in the perfect position. Oh, he missed an opening shot over on Keo. He needs to finish the job. Actually, he'll have Snacks come in and help him out. Now MBK, he trapped himself inside of Kitchen, so VP have the side. They're doing the defuse as well. The one man with the kick gets the job done, and MBK will drop. VP taking the first round here on CTs.
So really nice play there. The CTs normally do have to push 1 key point on the map. Just to get some information, we saw Taz do that onto the lower ramp on A. He pushed through, like you said, didn't get any confrontation there, so he's able to give the call. Okay, guys, you can stay at B for now. Expect the B push. They came in, they found a couple of frags there, and they've got the lurker in terms of Happy as well, top of middle. So fantastic stuff from them, but it's not over yet. They're not out of the woods. Envyus going for a force buy here, full set piece onto way. They've got the smokes, they've got the force buy, Tech 9 and armor as well. So this round is really difficult to hold off. You can see the CT's getting nice and close here. They are expecting it. This is really nice from VP, actually. They are aware of what may be coming towards them.
And they're here with so much spam as well. Like, okay, Apex at least able to get through. Taz actually find more. They get through and take out Snacks as well. This is really problematic for Virtus.Pro. They have to start the rotation. Maybe that MP7 spray from Bialy is able to find at least Keo, but there's a lot more Envyus players on this side. They got that P90 now in the hands of Happy too. Neo needs that initial pick, looking over towards Tetris, looks away at the wrong time. Now he gets the information. As it's Apex playing that Tetris side, they're lining themselves up a little bit easier, but now out from Firebox, MPK, now he makes his play, but Neo can't finish the job, and Happy and MPK, they do the work. And the buy, it is worth it. They managed to take back the second round.
Mirage definitely is one of these maps where you do the Tech 9 buy with the smokes. It's so hard to hold off. You see VP trying to react to it, getting close up with the P90s, but it was just too much. The flash execution from Envyus was really impressive. You see the CT's having a real tough time actually getting any sort of info there, but they will force buy into this themselves to get the scouts on Neo. He did great work on this on train. Can he replicate that success here as the T's go a much more passive setup this time? Snacks pushing up onto lower ramp though. And MBK just waiting for him as well, seeing if he can ascertain what may be being presented to him this round.
But nothing's being presented just yet. Snacks, how Happy's actually, he's almost going to get careful. Like, they could flank into that A side very, very easily. Now that rotation's coming back as Taz is coming in. Keo's already managed to get that kill on Neo, and now Happy as well. The early frags coming the way of Envyus. Taz can't do any work with the Deagle. There's only one revenge kill that came out from Bialy. And for that, he's managed to grab himself an AK, so that's not too bad. So they've got the AK in the scout. If they want to stay this for the next round, they could do so.
Yeah, that's really much the only option they have here. Like, the bomb's going to be going down very shortly. They've got control of the A-bomb side. They're not going to be taking any risk here. They want to make sure they clean it out properly before they send the bomb into that situation. So you can see the recon players there just working out what's going on. Bialy, like I said, has got the AK in hand. He gets a headshot. That actually handles the situation pretty well as he takes down Kenny S, but they've got the idea as to where the players are lying now.
He dropped down to 13 life, yet still had the audacity to peek twice.
gets away with it.
The confidence that only comes from a VP player.
The headline is that Envyus do get the second round in a row, and the analyst desk will talk about this all day long. The force buys from Envyus, like, it's one of the things as like a vanilla CS player, I would say, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. You want to play the percentages, make sure you have the guns. But these guys, the percentages, you can't really base it on general CS. You have to kind of think of these guys. They are so strong individually. They can make those guns work for them. And now they get themselves in a great position, going up 2-1 on the terrorist side of Mirage. And this is how they had such a strong side in Inferno as well. So let's see if they can carry on this momentum here. The guns are safe for VP, so they get the AK and the scout, so they'll be very useful going into this next round.
But look at Kenny S. He just absolutely loves this. You can have your scout. He's going to upgrade it and go for an AWP.
Okay. That's interesting. Well, I guess they know that there's some guns are saved there, so this is actually a decent investment. They can slow the pace right down again, wait for that initial aggressive push from the CTs, and then Kenny S can just start dissecting the map at that stage.
Look how fast he moves too. If he gets this initial pick off on the car player on B side, this is really going to limit the movement of B. And in fact, Pasha! He's the man with the jumping scout that takes out Kenny S. And Kio's not quite sure he can regain that AWP.
Okay, that's a really big pick, because normally that was so much more viable before the hitboxes were fixed. Now they are. That should have favored Kenny S, but that shot from Pasha, what the hell? Takes down the AWP player. Happy trying to respond now, and he does as well. Takes down Taz on the A-bomb side. Maybe able to get 2 here, but just falls back safely. And that's good work from him, and Snacks tries to respond as well. MBK gets the second kill onto the A site, and now Neo getting himself in a pretty favorable situation here now.
Neo able to find one. He's running out of bullets, though. Switching over towards the knives and can't actually get the kill. Pasha, however, able to find another frag. Getting into Happy. So he hasn't managed to regain that AWP, which was dropped, but Bialy from range with the AK. It's all up to Keo, and there's heavy investment. Keo is the man who's holding onto this AWP for now, but this is not a safe round. He's got the bomb. But the question is, can he plant the A site? And the answer is no. Pasha going absolutely huge. 3 in the round, the initial frag on the very aggressive AWPing move of Kenny S, and then finishing it up.
That was really crazy. That first frag just really summed it up. You saw the terrorist team get really rattled by that, probably questioning what the hell just happened. How did Pasha get that shot onto me? But there he goes. That's the first pick that started the crumble of the terrorist side down, and VP get themselves back into the series. 2-2 now. And you can see the buy still is going to be there for Envyus. Not so strong this time. Apex could be on the Tech 9. They have got full smokes though. We saw the AXQ coming in last time, but now Kiyoshima is going through underpass. Snack's going to be aware of this though. It's going to be the first vision of the terrorist team. He actually managed to get that frag. He should get onto the back here though. Gets taken down, and Envyus actually finds 2 frags of their own. Now it's a 3-on-3. Bialy taking down Apex. Bombs down towards middle, but you see the T's have got control of connector, but Taz actually takes that away from them.
Yeah, Taz with the crossfire he's got, keeping the T-slope player, which is Happy, at bay. But MBK is just going huge on the other side of the map. The bomb is still lost at connector, and this is the problem. Taz having to be caught in the middle of a reload. Gets out to safety. Now he goes to the shutdown. MBK finally being dropped, but Happy on 1 HP. That's all he's got in the bag right now. He's got 77 armor to go with that, but that's not going to help him. But Taz is on 7. It is the mortally wounded at the moment, battling against each other in the last 38 seconds.
Let's see what Taz can do with this. I'm not sure he is aware he has control of the bomb. Making his way onto short now. Happy gonna find perfect timing as he makes his way to CT spawn. He's only got 30 seconds now. So he's putting himself in a difficult position. He has to go and retrieve that bomb, and you can see he's realized that now. 20 seconds remain, and now Taz has got full control of this situation. It's his to lose. He needs to work out how he can keep Happy away from that bomb. That smoke should have worked out better for him. It's actually going to benefit Happy, but Taz through the smoke gets the 3rd round on the board with Virtus.Pro, and what a clutch that was. That was such a huge round, and you can see that's going to affect the economy of both teams. So that's really, really big. This is a chance now for VP to get some momentum built up and to start to build that fortress we know they can bring on the CT side. It's going to be a very difficult prospect now for Envyus to get into this one. They will be force buying once again. So CZs, Tech 9s, and they've got the full smokes, and you would assume they're going to do that set piece onto A with the smokes once again. So why not? It worked so well in the second round, so let's give it a go this time.
VP aren't really in the greatest position for this. They've got 2 players that can quickly rotate over towards the stairs, but they're not fully prepared. There's only 1 player, which is Taz, on the site. But at the same time, he's got Molotovs and 2 flashes, so if they try and do this, they're going to be blind Envyus. In fact, Taz waiting it out just next to the firebox, but the rotation's over. Haven't worked just yet. Taz still laying in wait. He finally finds the kill, and it's a big one too, over on the bomb carrier. A 3-on-3 situation. Happy, completely blind, made his way over towards the stairwell. Where the hell do they go from here? They've lost too many. Happy's the last man left alive. Actually down in jungle now. But Pasha Well, he's not quite sure. He still thinks he's coming in from the side. The blinding does come in. He's spraying towards connector, so he thinks that's where he came from. He was almost right. He did manage to connect a lot, and Happy through the wall will end up being brought down. So 4 rounds to 2. Not bad for an execute into A like that.
Oh, no, not bad at all. They would have been better if they got the bomb down, but getting 3 frags like that, and it was just Taz. We talked about him being the lone man on the bomb side, but he bought his time so well that he's hiding and waiting for the perfect time. He wanted to see until he actually had vision of the bomb before he showed his presence there, and he waited for it, got 2 kills, and locked down that situation for VP.
MBK is taking a while to move. Now he's only just moved, so Envyus may be a bit of debating about where they want to go, because they started running towards B and then they switched back over to A.
They can't really justify much of a buy this time. They can get Desert Eagles, but they haven't got any smoke grenades. All 5 players heading towards the A side. It's going to be 4 players in Palace actually here. So you'd assume they're going to wait at the end, get flashed over, and just try and force another bomb plan here. But it's a round you think they probably shouldn't be winning now.
This time though, VP are in the right position. Like they pop up that flash as well. Taz going to get blinded. Can they charge down far enough? Neo's got a good crossfire happening as Taz keeping T-Slip at bay, but Kenny as well as Apex, they find some openings. They haven't managed to regather any of these weapons yet, as this little bit of crossfire still hasn't kicked in properly yet. They lose Bialy. Now Pasha is able to move up. There's 1 player left alive, Happy, sitting on the side. Pasha will see him and just tag him up. But it'll be Snacks that finishes the job. 5 rounds to 2. VP, still not a very safe round for them.
This is it. It's actually turning out to be very expensive rounds for VP. That's a huge problem for them. That money's not great. I don't think they can actually get an AWP. And the headline here is Kenny S, who's picked one up. And this is a great chance for them. They know the CT economy is probably pretty rattled by those 2 eco rounds, taking 3 or 4 players every single time. But now, just waiting for that aggressive push here. This is what I was talking about. So VP going up middle. Taz leading the charge here. Probably going to get flashed up. And Kenny S waiting for him, though. Misses it. A rare miss from Kenny S. Doesn't actually land a shot. Now Taz going to find that first frag and the bomb as he takes down Apex.
Man, Apex almost looked like he was trying to get the kill, even if the first shot from Kenny S failed. And they were punished for it pretty heavily. Now Taz spraying through that smoke and flash. Couldn't see anything, and well, Bialy might also be in a little bit more trouble, but Snacks moving in from the side, and with Bialy, they mop it up and Happy again. The last man left alive for Envyus. At least he's got 100 life and 100 armor this time around, but there's very little hope he can regain that bomb when it's stranded in mid.
Absolutely. 3-on-1, Happy with full HP and time, but I really don't favor him in this situation. Just to touch on that, so VP went for that aggressive play I discussed in the match build-up. Kenny S was waiting for it as well, and he misses a pretty easy shot considering his skill level. Doesn't land it and allows the frags to be exchanged there, and it all fell apart for Envyus. There was a chance for them to get back into it, the player and underpass, but unfortunately the crossfire from Snacks saved his teammate and made it into this 3-on-1 situation. But 30 seconds still remain. There's a player on low HP on short, but Happy's not going to be aware of that just yet as he smokes off connector.
I think he's worried more about window. He moves through connector and Pasha just sprays through. He got the call from Bialy that he moved into connector, and then it's just a simple spray and pray.
Well, here we go then. This is an interesting situation for Envyus. We've seen them force buy into this game so many times, and it looks like they will be doing that once again. It's not going to be the best buy. They've got Gilils. And only 1 smoke grenade as well. That's going to be a very difficult situation for them on a map like Mirage. They need to make sure they're actually getting into bomb sites very quickly, and then together with these flashbangs they may have, that's 1 smoke going down. You'd assume they're going to try and get short control now. Smoke off towards mid, and then try and get up very fast into that area. Let's see how this goes down for them. It's a very mid-heavy presence from the CTs as Taz goes down there to Kiyoshima.
That's going to need to make 1 hold inside the defense, but Bialy jumping back inside the connector. Apex trying to punish, but he's unable to do so. Bialy will end up taking out 2. MBK has rotated up on Cap, but Neo, okay, a little bit of a miss flash coming out from him, but either way, they're spraying again through it. This time it's going to be Pasha find the kill. Neo almost just a distraction play. Keo is still holding the mid and Happy. He's that floater again.
Yep.
Trying to come up through T-Slope, but Snacks is waiting for him. And the perfect time to actually duck away. Looks like Neo, yep, there you go. Simple wrap up for VP. They only lose 1 round this time, and we are going to have a timeout here from Envyus because things are starting to get away from them.
Good call, I think. This is a difficult situation for them. The rounds they've won haven't been too convincing. I think it's been lost the pistol and then force ball back into it. So that's that same story that happened on Train, right? So their gun rounds so far have been pretty much non-existent. They're actually not getting the frags. It seems like VP are definitely controlling the game so far, but definitely not out of it yet. It's only been 10 rounds down, or 9 rounds going into the 10th, but Envyus definitely need to change their mentality a little bit, I think. I think just to get themselves in a favourable situation. We saw how that set piece on Tway has been working out for them. Like, they can get the bomb down with the pistols. Let's give that a go on the gun round, for example, and see what they can do with that. They seem to be careful. They're doing it at the right time. VP have shown they can push aggressively into the map. They want to make sure they actually push those CTs back first, gain control of the map first, and then they can go to something like a set piece on Tway. It's right now the frags don't seem to be coming in their favour in terms of the actual exchanges towards mid. It seems like Bialy, especially in their connector area, is going absolutely sick there and finding 2 or 3 frags almost every single time. So they need to just kind of, the approach is fine, dissect the map, work what the CTs are doing, and I'd like to see them go into that more set strategy.
Okay. I'm still wondering what's going to happen once the orbs start to arrive.
Well, this is it.
That hasn't happened yet.
Kenny's has picked it up once, but it's had little impact.
It was the one time was that like Taz pushing up through the mid, and then he didn't hit the shot and ended up like losing control of the top.
Well, they read it perfectly, right? So they thought, okay, watch out, we're going to get the AWP. Watch out for the CT aggression. He was actually in the strongest position he possibly could have been in. Can't really die in that situation. Gets a great clear shot, misses that one, and then allows, once he misses that shot, the CTs then keep facing through smoke, take down a couple of frags, fall back, and it all kind of spirals out of control from there. But there we go. The tactical pause coming in, like we mentioned before. This slows down the momentum VP may be gaining right now just to kind of cool it down and work out and just have a nice, cool chat as to what may be going on. So this is a quasi-buy now. This isn't a force buy. This means you can get pistols and armor and a few grenades, and you still have around 2k in the bank, which is fine because you get in with the loss bonus they've gathered. They can justify this. And it's like a set play once again. It's not going to be too smoke heavy. So we have 1 flashbang on Apex, and the rest of the guys going through Palace right now. But Snack's in a very strong position to hold this one off. They want to make sure they deal with this with the flashbang before they actually execute. But here we go then.
He's going to have to get that Molotov off, but already Taz dropping down. Snacks looking for that crossfire over, as now, while the plan does go down, Envyus with a great entrance. They've managed to take the site already.
Well, there we go then. Somehow that's worked out for them, but it's not over yet. Pasha does take down Keo, and the retake is on. He drops the incendiary onto the T player there in towards fireboxes, and that's going to be ironic. Wow, that's a great kill from him. Actually may cause some more damage there. The other T is remaining.
Happy and Apex are so low right now. There's no more grenades, but there's the bullets from Bialy looking for that last player over on Sandwich, or 2 last players, 1 Sandwich, 1 box, but that's going to be 7-3. Envyus finally able to strike back here on their T half.
So they take the pause, they go into pretty much an eco round, they actually pistols and some body armor and a flashbang, and somehow get into the bomb site with no frags exchange whatsoever. They get 2 first kills, but now this is where it gets really interesting, right? Because VP go into this dual orb setup. This is where Pasha will be anchoring towards B, Neo will be the more mobile orb, and as I say that though, Bialy gets taken down by Apex, that headshot as he drops out of the mid window, and that's going to be a great opening round, or great opening kill I should say, to that terrorist side there. Wow.
Great choice from Envyus as well. They actually switched the orb over to him because they knew Apex had the quicker movement, and then they switched it straight back over to Kenny S. Now they've established control of mid.
Yeah. It's a nice play from them, a good read, and that's the new hitboxes coming to fruition. Before that shot probably would have landed, and now we can see those kind of exciting plays actually work a little bit more. Neo answers back though, takes down MBK, takes it down to a 4-on-4 situation. Happy takes down Neo, so now the advantage goes back towards the T side. Yeah,
but how long could they hold on to it? Pasha couldn't get the cross. They were running a double orb here on VP, hoping to get that perfect like crossfire control from range. Now Taz is the man that has to grab up that AWP, sees the player running across, takes too long on the shot. And that now means the bomb plant's going to go down and they've lost control of CT stairs.
Now it's a very difficult retake of the CTs. No kits in hand. AWP on the retake. He's going to upgrade that to an AK-47. And Happy in his great position, making his way towards jungle as well. This could work out really well for them.
That's a quick flank too. He started this flank at the very start when they put the bomb down. Now with the grenade as well. Taz, not a healthy man, but he grabbed that AK, which one of the grenades which they threw on the site blew the AK over. And Taz is the last man left up. So he has to be able to find this initial kill. Finds it over on Apex. Needs a second one as well. Can he claim it? No, he cannot. Happy able to hold the line. And also hold on to that AWP at the end, and Envyus now with back-to-back rounds.
So Bialy congratulating Apex in his shot there towards middle. Like you referenced, here is the great spawn Apex actually got himself, gets the AWP, goes towards middle and finds that aggressive play from Bialy trying to get into underpass. He gets punished for that, and that's really what controlled the round. Once they got in that 5-on-4 situation, it really did fall apart from there. And now they're going to be on the full eco. So Envyus coming to life now on this T side. After that pause, they managed to get 2 in a row. So that just goes to show it's a perfect strategy really to do and actually slow down the pace of the game. And actually getting the first leg shot there onto Bialy should make their way to the B bomb site now.
Grenade and Flash is also doing some work, but they haven't managed to get one of these players down yet for VP. So Kenny S jumps down with the Tech 9, not looking around behind him, and that's where Bialy can get a little bit of a revenge frag. It means the AWP gets dropped, but MBK is able to regather it.
Hello.
There's Neo. Oh! Hello! Stab in the back, shot in the face. And typical Neo stuff. 2 players left in for Envyus.
Shadow daggers in the back there. Haven't seen much of these games, but there we go. Straight in there. He takes down the bomb on it as well. So that's going to be decent money for Neo going into this round.
He's wondering, where the hell did you come from?
That was great. So now he actually boosts his money so much, he gets the AWP. And now you'd assume VP, they had the right mentality to double up setup. I liked it. They just kind of threw it away with that aggressive play from Bialy, losing his first frag. Something a little bit more aggressive now. Snacks smokes deep into the A round this time. And look, this is the set play I was talking from earlier. I wanted to see more of this. And there we go. The punish coming in just over the top of the smoke. It's really clever from Snacks here. He's not done just yet. This is crazy. Why go for this? But why not when you can make that kind of frag happen for yourself? 5 on 3 now. Superb stuff from Snacks there.
Crazy thing is Snacks doing it as well. Instead of actually seeing someone like Taz make the same play, the Snacks did it perfectly.
Okay,
now he
at?
had the audacity to pick 3 times, and that is like twice is more than enough.
That's too much. When you get 2 frags, you've been too cheeky. But now look at this situation. It's a 3 on 3, and you'll be probably thinking, yeah, probably should have just fallen back there. But I can see Taz now fancies a chance. This could work out for him if he just stays in that tight corner.
Happy's checking the corner, however, but Taz will win the gun battle. And Keo, he's a long way away from anything. He's hoping for some kind of rotation, but at the same time, Neo's watching the corner perfectly. Now, MBK able to get that initial kill over on Taz through the floorboards of Palace. And tries to pop flash himself, either in or out. At this point, he hasn't decided quite yet. He's sitting on the edge of the fence. Keo, perfect timing to wait for Bialy to rotate. Now it's a 2-on-1. There's only 1 life over on Neo, and 1 is not enough.
Oh, I'm really upset with Snacks. That was something. Once you, okay, CS, right? When you're trying to win the rounds, I know it's cool to get loads of flashy kills and do some impressive stuff by yourself. But when you push once like that and you get the first kill, fine, you can justify going again. But when you get 2 frags and there's so much on the line in this tournament, single elimination, you need to make sure every round counts.
Yep.
And he goes in for another kill there and gets taken down, and actually gives Envyus footing back into this game. And it's such a crucial round as well. Look at the economy for the CTs. It's broken once again. Happy opens up the Bialy. You can see the aggressive push from Pasha going to underpass. He gets taken down as well. 5 on 3. And that round was actually going to be huge in the context of the game.
As you said, harming VP's economy. They can at least regather that gun that Happy dropped all the way up at top. But the chance of them being able to retake this site, in fact, they can't even regather the gun. Apex is already here to make sure it does not happen.
There we go then, 7-7. Beginning of this half, it looked like VP were running away with this one a little bit, but Envyus fighting back now. Double AWP setup coming in as we go into round 15 here. Triple AWP setup for Envyus. Interesting setup on T-side Mirage. Definitely unorthodox, I would say, as they leave. Oh, no,
they're throwing it down. They're buying triple AWP and then having the extra AK in hand.
Exactly. So they can come back. They want to go for his initial pick, see if they can lock down any CT aggression. And that's going to come in the form of Snacks as well. Happy takes him down. Great opening frag here. And that puts them in a really strong position now. The CTs have to react to this. They can't allow themselves to get executed on by 5 players. So they need to work out where they can find a kill. And here's the reaction. It's going to be Bialy pushing him middle from short, seeing what he can find here. And no terrorist going to be waiting for him just yet, but it's going to be Kenny S at the top once again. And will Bialy dance with the devil here as he makes his way at the top of middle and gets shut down by Kenny S. Fantastic stuff from him. He hits a shot this time.
Yep. Can't fool him twice. But Pasha still able to hold from the truck side, so they haven't been able to get into B side. Neo with a great shot into Happy, stopping the push out of Palace. There's still 2 Ts moving to B side and 1 on T slope for A. As Pasha, such a strong defender over on this B side. Taz is going to shut down MBK, so that leaves it all up to Kenny S. A 3-on-1 situation. At least he's 196 and gets the initial shot onto Pasha. This opens up the B side, but reveals his position, and Neo will get the revenge and keeps VP with a 1-run advantage going into the second half.
So after losing that first pick, they had to do something about it. The CTs couldn't allow themselves to get executed on, and that's the reaction we saw, pushing up middle. And even though Kenny S did take him down, Pasha reacts and gets the 2 frags and then gets them back into this. So they win the half. I'd say they'd probably be a little bit disappointed that half, considering they got 6 rounds in a row and then it kind of fell away from them, losing 5 straight rounds to Envyus on the T side there. This game is definitely going to go all the way. It's going to be, could be another overtime on our hands, I think.
If it is, it's one hell of a map to havoc, because it's not one of these maps too where you're going to get caught into one set play. There's so many options for you to run too. Especially with the aggression, which VP has been shown, but not as much as I thought they would. Like that mid play, once it paid off once and Kenny S then read it, maybe they felt a little bit cautious about doing it again.
Very passive. We didn't see too much fast play from Envyus there. I expected to see more traditional stuff from them, like taking very fast mid control and going from there, but they actually were playing, like you said, just holding back really far. Kenny S holding for the CT aggression, and then they'd work their way into it. And fair play, getting 7 rounds on the T side, that's absolutely fantastic. Once again, losing the pistol, getting the second round. That seems to be Envyus's bread and butter here. Like, we've known him for doing that the last 6 months, but it really is coming into fruition this tournament. But here we go then. We go into the second half. VP on 8, Envyus on 7. So it'll be the French side on the CT this time. You can see a 4-man stack going towards the A bomb site. VP going towards 3 players in the Palace area as well. They're going to have some confrontation. It's Kenny S gets taken down, and now the CT's reacting as well.
Yeah, but that was so aggressively pushed down through T slope. It stopped the rotation in. But then again, they're getting sandwiched in. These CT defenders. Happy still over a firebox. There's only 2 players left alive. They haven't actually guessed it. He tagged it before, but didn't really realize the position of it. Now they will, taking up the head of Happy. And it's all up to MBK. He's got 1 Molotov. As he'll throw it out, and 1 flash left as well. But the bomb plan is already down. He's up against 3 players. Like how 2 VP prefer to have these USPs in their hands. They've got 2 of them stolen from the hands of Envyus.
They're so deadly at long range here. The pixel precision headshots you can get with them. MBK doing everything he can. Has not got a kit, so needs to work fast. He doesn't have any chance getting into this 3-on-1, but he gets locked into Salmager, and Bialy does take him down. So the CT stacking towards the correct bomb site there, but unfortunately the player towards Palace, he spots up there. 3 players is looking down at him. He gets taken down in the very fast execution coming in there. Happy towards a firebox is actually was in a fantastic position there. He actually got, I think, 6 shots off. We got noticed, unable to landing a headshot there.
Yep.
That could have been the difference maker. Unfortunately, not able to replicate some magic we saw last week. But now Virtus.Pro going for a very fast play. Oh, it looked like they were going to. Now they've actually decided not to do that. Interesting considering they're in the positional advantage here. But
especially considering Envyus is already stacked on the B side. They're expecting a quick play from VP to come towards the B side. So they make the play to A. Then they back up to B, and then they run back over to A.
It seemed like the call for the fast 8 came in, and then just the last moment said, okay, wait, let's see if there's a stack first. It's probably a sensible decision. I think that is the right call. But
Stacks
now,
rotating.
Yeah.
The smokes are coming in as well. And this is now where VP, they can take over the site because Envyus is allowing them to do so. Apart from, okay, well, that's a very aggressive push up here by Kenny S. So it's running on the other side of the firebox. Pasha gets the initial kill with that AK of his. Now the CZ. Kenny, that was never going to go well after he missed the initial kill. But at the same time, now Pasha just aggressively just mowing down Apex. And VP, they do take the round. They need to pick up this AK, which they're able to do so. But they lost a hell of a lot for that. They ran in with the MAC-10s, so they lose their semis at least.
Well, the headline is they do get the 10th round on the board here. So now they can actually justify these 2 SMG guns, right? They know the CT... Oh, God, saying
they do it again.
Envyus, like, this is crazy. Like, I'd say you definitely want to take an eco this time, but they're going in with the Force by Desert Eagle's armor. And they're going to be showing a little bit of mid-aggression here as Apex makes his way into underpass. Kenny is holding window, going to be chucking down the smoke towards... As Smax makes his way up towards middle. They're the recon players now. They actually, wow, that's a hell of a shot from Apex. I was about to say the recon players can get into bomb sites and work out where stacks may lie, and giving away an SMG is not a huge deal, but now they're actually on the back foot here. Snax makes his way up to connector, and he actually takes quite a considerable amount of damage there.
Yeah, this is when these buys from Envyus can really pay off. But Virtus.Pro, they're slowing down a little bit more. Okay, there's your jump down. Reveals the fact that Kenny S is over in the window, and they do find that kill on Keo. Trying to hold from jungle, and Kenny has already backed himself up. He's almost all the way back in CT. And MBK is this floating defender, Pasha. So it's not actually Pasha, it's actually going to be Snax going for the bomb plant. He comes out, there was no cover, Pasha was completely blind, and then it's just tit for tat trade-offs, all down to Bialy, who's going to drop. Envyus will take the round. They managed to salvage 2 AKs and a MAC-10 as well.
Can you believe it? That plant, I'm not really sure why there was no cover coming in there. When you're planting in such an open position, you need to have the confidence your teammates actually be covering you.
Yep.
The fact that MBK could come from CT spawn and take the bomber down, not really get...
It was Pasha's position. Pasha was too far back over towards the T-slope if he was back over towards the site. But even then, the flashbang was perfect, so Pasha would have been blind no matter what.
Crazy round there. We saw the force spike coming in from Envyus, a questionable one to say the least, but they make it work for themselves and get back into this. As we go into round number 19, the T's now definitely on the back foot. They didn't get the bomb down there, so Taz has got a decent amount of cash. The rest of the guys, though, not much to play over at all. This is interesting. Taz is going for the full buy here, so VP want a piece of the action as well. They want to have a go with the force buys. They've got 2 scouts, and they have got smoke grenades as well. So CZs, Tech 9s, AKs, and scouts.
And let's see who can be effective this time around. Looks like money doesn't even matter for the initial kill.
Wow.
Kenny S finding nothing but scalp for Pasha. That Neo in return is able to work that scout in. So it's still 1-for-1 trade-off. And the CT's getting a little bit spaced out. That's even better when Snax can get the rotation of Happy. He'll smoke up the connector. Looks like Keo also wants to do exactly the same thing. They both want to smoke up that rotation area. But Envyus, they're committing. They're bringing 2 of their remaining 3 defenders over towards B. Oh, wait, no. There's a thought.
Actually, the bomb's going to get boosted up into the window, it seems like now. Just getting control of mid. They have got a lot of time remaining, and they've got the man advantage here. So Kiyoshima locked into CT spawn, can't really get into that position. He knows the T's may be lying for him, but there we go. Finds the first frag and gets into a 3-on-3 situation. Taz goes down towards window, but they still have the bomb towards jungle as well. Look at Apex is trying to get some info, so he's reacted, pushed into the A ramp, and it's worked out where the T's may lie. That's so valuable for him.
Where's Neo go from here? Maybe you can get a little bit of vision from Cat over towards the bomb site. Then he'll know what's happening. Kyo, okay, he just scattered that VP just running out then. There's still only 30 seconds left on the clock, and they're just jumping around the windows. Now Kyo comes for the spray. He only brings down Snacks, however, losing his life to Bialy, and now it's a 2-on-2. Apex still that defender over on A, hanging around Tetris. Going to see the players jump out, goes for the first fire, but doesn't win the gunfire. So Bialy, they're able to get control of the site, get that bomb plant down, and add another 30 seconds to the clock.
There we go then. MBK, 2-on-1. Once again, hasn't got the kit, needs to act very fast. It's not going to matter as Bialy shuts him down at the top of the steps there. Another great round from VP, and that's going to actually knock the CTs onto an eco now.
That's so big for VP as well. Like, not only are they rounds ahead, but now they've managed to cripple Envyus, so it should be, it should be 12 rounds to 8 at the end of this.
Well, let's see, it's more of a quasi-buy this time. So Kiyoshima will justify the head armor and Desert Eagle, but the rest of the guys going to be buying a lot lighter into this one. They smoke up the top of mid, and you can see a semi-stack coming in for the CTs there. They're going up into Palace, trying to gain that early intel. Happy, though. And now we can do work with this Desert Eagle. Going towards the window, looking for the boost coming in. But the smoke comes out, makes that redundant, so he's going to fall back towards the B-bomb side.
Yeah. The Snacks. They have control of mid. They don't see through the connector, however, and Kyo's just going for these wild shots, expecting someone to be pushing up through T-slope, but these two flankers, now Bialy's able to find him. Leads to flashbang so we can escape out, and in fact, it looks like Envyus are already backing out, coming back in through Palace. But because you're able to scout out two CT players aggressively pushing into T-spawn, you're able to just push into the B side. Happy was at least able to bring down Snacks. MBK, the last man standing here, and he won't be standing anymore. It's up to now Kenny S as well as Kyo to retake the B site where the bomb is now arriving.
Good luck with that, guys, because I think you probably want to be saving that Desert Eagle and armor. So they'll be stuck in the CT spawn. Really nice pincer play from VP there. Getting control of connector. That smoke they put down on the other side, right? It may seem like a questionable thing to do, but it's so good at actually just clearing that area out. You've taken the vision away from the CTs, and you know you can get up short safely. There's no way the AWPer can actually see through that. So that's a really nice play. And they got through to the CT spawn, boosted up window, pincer onto the B-bomb site, and that's a really clean round. They've only dropped one frag so far in the form of Snacks. And he dropped down Neo as well here as he finds himself. That setup not really working out for them, but Kyo's going to be last round remaining. 3 players going to be hunting him down. And he's actually quite a valuable scalp as well because he's got the body armor, actually head armor I should say. And there we go, 12 to 8. Let's see how the CT money actually currently lies. They could probably do another eco here. I don't think they will. They've got 2 players on around 3k, so they will be buying into this. They'll have Famises, potentially pistols. Let's see what they do with this. They got the Scout on MBK. And that's probably a decent buy for them. Mirage is one of the maps that actually works out very well for him.
And that AWP on Happy too.
Let's see where they go with this one.
He committed heavily. This is the glass cannon. Moved from Happy. Kenny S will do his little bit of defense work on the top of mid. And VP are thinking twice about it. Happy's managed to push all the way up with this glass cannon scout. Up onto Cat. Comes a little bit of chip damage from just a stray nade. Doesn't really look that confident in his position. They're about to have him run up. Cat finds one already over on Pasha. Kyo, maybe now they can lock him in. Happy is going to be dropped by Bialy. Stacks also reveals his positioning out, jumping over the top of the boxes, waiting for Kyo to back it out through the stairs so he can shoot him over the top of the smoke, but it's just not going to come. Molotov actually throws it behind him and gets shot by Kyo while doing so. Don't know if he was worried about the flank or not, but either way, it's down to a 3-on-3. Kenny S brought down on that small little Cat. And the CTs are rotating over. The Molotov is going to actually isolate the players. So Kyo running through the smoke onto the side, brings down Taz. Still 2-on-2 now. Make it 2-on-1, make it 1-on-1. As Apex is able to find that kill over on Neo. Bialy's still got a Molotov. He can slow this down, or he can just go straight for the shot. That bomb was in the middle of the open, so we decided to go for the duel instead. And what a big round for VP. Now 13 to 8. Envyus shy of 3k on all players.
This is the problem now. That forced buy was so important for them to win. This time not able to convert it to a victory. So they do have to take the eco here, and it's such a pivotal moment of the game as well. 13 to 8. One has to assume VP are going to take this round considering, but let's see what Envyus can bring to the table here. Kenny S getting himself up there. in the window room. Keo going for that initial shot, but he's going to take such an orc grenade there onto the head. It goes down to 17 HP, and let's see now if VP can capitalize on this situation.
And if they can push it closer. And as the analyst was saying, like, if Envyus don't take this, it's going to be one of the hardest runs for them because VP feel very comfortable on all these maps. So there could be a one-map advantage going the way of Virtus.Pro. And Apex, well, Neo, it's just straight off trade-off at the moment. Pasha jumping up into the ladder room. Happy's able to find the kill, but it's still into a 3-on-3. And where is that control coming in? It's definitely not in the A side because that's where the bomb is. And they're going for the plant very much in the open and planted for CT stairs. Can also be working as well for Palace. They got great crossfire. Taz stopping Kenny S over on the stairwell. And these Molotovs keeping the CTs at bay. And Taz he's racking up the kills now.
Yeah, absolutely. So just going to be happy now. Like I said before, they didn't really invest into this with the armor as such. So if he could just save his AK-47, that'd be great to help out. The economy has been crippled so far for the Envyus side. But 3 players remaining for Virtus.Pro. I'm going to make that such an easy option for them. As you can see, Snacks does find him there. And it takes him down. A nice clean headshot through the wall there. And now we go into round number 23. VP now in touching distance of turning to map points.
They're buying it out again. Kenny S with the AWP.
Oh, they have to.
Happy's also going to buy up the AWP. They're going to try and run a double AWP plus scout play here for Envyus.
So he's going to be going towards B potentially here. So he'll be getting the jumping scout going towards B. We saw Pasha do that very successfully.
Yep.
And MBK, known as one of the deadliest scout players here. Let's see what he can do. Happy, Kenny S, AWPs.
The aggressive play. Apex able to shut down the push, but then again, will lose his life for it. But Kenny S loses the duel in mid. Bialy wins it with the AK. And Envyus' defense is really starting to crumble, and this was so expensive for them. They cannot afford to lose this round. They can have very little left to try and contest for match point if VP can take this.
They've got 3 players remaining. So let's see a scout play from MBK. And the problem is here, they still have 4 Molotovs here and the smoke grenade. So if they can smoke off CT spawn, that'd be absolutely ideal for them. That locks Happy out of the game. Let's see how they approach this one. 3 players heading towards the lower ramp here.
Where's that smoke going to go? Do they smoke out Happy? They're going very, very slow here. And that's going to allow Happy to get the initial kill on Bialy. They didn't want to throw the smoke out from the very, very start. Now Happy looking for the second hit. He cannot connect, however. So VP, they're onto the site. They're pushing Happy out. The Molotov, locking him in with the ticket booth. He has to jump over the top, but down on 3 HP. He's able to escape out of there. And in fact, Envyus would let Keo do the work. VP, they may have got to the site, but they could not control it.
Well, this is the thing. Like, they had that smoke, and we were saying, obviously, it's easier to say, oh, you need to smoke out Happy towards CT spawn, but just going and facing that angle was pretty questionable. Bialy gets taken down. Happy then taking all the attention away from the T side, and Kiyoshima able to clear up with that control he had from jungle. So that's another lifeline for Envyus here. Hasn't got to map point just yet, but VP buying back into this one. This is a force buy from them. Neo with the scouts and no head armor. You can see them coming in for a little pause as well. Oh, wait.
We have a stop.
Okay.
So we're going to restart the round. What was the problem would be the question.
I'm not too sure, but let's see how this one goes down. Let's see if they change their buy at all. Maybe they wanted to... No, so they still moved in the same setup here. So Neo on the scout, you would assume. And we're back into it now. So...
Yep.
MBK still going to be rolling with the scout towards B. And Neo will be wielding one as well. So let's see what goes down. He's going to be making his way towards middle. Kenny S back towards mid. He's not actually on the AWP this time. He's controlling this with the rifle. Just some decent damage on the Pasha there. Spraying through the smoke and landing a grenade as well. It's going to do decent work for him. Snacks is going towards underpass there, trying to clear it out. Now then, smoking off towards jungle. This T side, just getting this mid control locked in. Neo going to be the anger here, top and middle with the scout play there.
Trying to make it so they got some cover fire to get in. Bialy's already able to punch a hole into that defense, and there's a lot of Envyus getting caught up in the mid. They're trying to play around window. Keo on the stairs. They walk through it, and, well, okay. Neo finds the kill with the scout, but the initial spray comes in from his teammates. Pasha also cleaning up window, and this is a quick round for VP.
This is going to be a difficult one for Envyus to lose as well. They're not going to get much in terms of money next round. Definitely crippled here, 15 for 9. And this puts VP in a very strong position indeed as we go into round number 25. And look at the money there, around $1,800 average, I'd say, for the CT team.
That's the one.
The round before, not actually surviving, no CT players surviving whatsoever. So money very difficult right now. So obviously they will have to buy those pistols and armor and see what they can do. They will be choosing to send a player towards underpass. Bomb left towards T-spawn though for the terrorist side. They're just going to be working out what the CTs are presenting to them. It's going to be Apex working his way up there. The smoke goes off towards middle, and there comes a frag. This should be it now.
That's the big picks. That's what's going to basically spread out an already underarmed force of CTs. And Apex, well, he gets an opening coming in from behind, and he is able to get the win on the duel with Neo. But beyond that, it's all up to MBK as well as Happy. They did manage to at least bring this to a 3-on-2, but they haven't managed to recover any of the guns. They're having still to use these pistols to get in close. A lot of flashes. Bialy and Taz trying to play from the high ground. Now Bialy comes in from behind. They don't know where Happy is. Now they do. He only finds one. Needs a second headshot. He's able to claim it. Can't get the third, however. The map will go to Virtus.Pro. 16-9, giving them a one-map advantage here in this best of 5.
I expected VP CT side to be the really formidable one, but they've turned up on the T side once again. 8 for 2 to close things out. That was really strong. And the Envyus economy just never really got rolling. They definitely had such a hard time getting into that game. Every round they won, they'd lose a subsequent one after that, and it just left them for dead, unfortunately, for that. But this story continues now. That's going to be 2-1 in favor of VP. But yeah, what a game that was.
That was a fantastic game. Bialy, got to mention him going 30 bomb in that game too. He was always at the right place at the right time, playing that aggressive kind of move. And yeah, VP played maybe a little bit too aggressive. We always got to remember that one moment on the T-slope. But they're playing their style again, and that's what I was searching for them from this series.
Counter-Strike is all about confidence, right? And I was saying before, it's definitely a difficult situation when Snacks was pushing into that A ramp and stuff like that. But if he did make it work for himself and he was confident in doing it, he could have pulled that one off. But that was a round they lost, and that was a really big highlight for me. That could have been the moment where Envyus got back into the game. Luckily, it didn't affect the outcome too much, but that was such a key moment for them. But yeah, so second map goes to VP, and they seem to, after that Inferno match, seem to bounce straight back and found their footing once again.
Well, looking forward to seeing what they do in map number 4, which will be coming up after this short break, and definitely stay tuned.
Check this out.